Yes, guys, welcome to Pure Coys late night edition. No guests, no scripts, just me and you talking Tottenham. This is the drop in on Pure Coys. Let's see where it takes us, guys. Thank you for joining me. It is a late one tonight. I had every intention of doing a breakfast with Pure Coys in the morning, but I've got to leave for work already, so I can't do it. So I've been desperate to get on. Like I say, I've missed you guys. It's not the same. I want to do a stream. I want to talk to you all about Spurs, and I want you to talk to me. And I couldn't wait until Friday. So my intention was to do a breakfast with Pure Coys. Couldn't do that. So I thought, let's do an evening stream. But trying to work around things and people, and I've put it back till 10:30 is now well past my bedtime. But I am here. We are going to talk a little bit about Spurs. Don't know who's going to drop in at this time of night, but we will see, guys. I know there's a lot of other channels on at the moment, so it's all good. If you pop in, smash that like button, hit that subscribe button, and ask a question, guys. Let's get into talking Spurs. And yeah, ask absolutely anything you want. Like I said a million times, if it's not for you people in the chat, you guys in the chat, then this really is all pointless. But we will try and do what we can do. Guys, it feels weird coming on late at night as opposed to early in the morning. I say late at night, 10:30 isn't actually late, is it? But for me, it's late. Usually I'm tucked up by 10 o'clock. And so yeah, for me this is a really late night show, and it is what it is. Guys, don't forget, smash that like, hit that subscribe. Let's see who's in the chat. The most important people here, of course, Adam McFarland. I think you're probably gone now, mate. You posted this ages ago, but big up, buddy. Rodrigo ain't coming. So go for Adama, for Lookman and Elliot. You know, from what I'm hearing, Lookman's off to Inter and Elliot could be off to Leipzig. So more players that we're missing out on. It's a real concern, but we will get into it. We will get into it. Big up Paul Shark. He says Spurs to receive MLS record fee for Son. Latest from Sky Sports News, Michael Bridge. Hyun Min Son's transfer to LAFC will now fetch Tottenham a fee of over £20 million. FFS, spend it. Absolutely. Well, we've got money to spend. We've got the Morgan Gibbs White money, haven't we? And now we've got, of course, the Sonny money. So we've got a good 80 million kicking around Tottenham, plus Sonny's wages that have come off the books as well. So there's absolutely no excuse for Tottenham not to go out and spend money. But it's going to be interesting. We'll get into it. Some of the things I've heard today have concerned me. I'm going to go that far and say that. Henry Coys, big up, my friend. How are you? I hope you're well. Guys, what are we going to do? Are we going to spend this money? Are we going to bring in the players we need? Or is it going to be a painful couple of weeks to the end of the transfer market when we are scrabbling around at the end trying to find anything that's left to buy? I'm really concerned, but this week's a massive week for me, but we're nearly halfway through it and we've done nothing. So let's see what is going to happen, guys. Let's bring out some news that I've seen today. Some interesting news, some maybe not so interesting news. We'll start with this one. I think this obviously came out yesterday, but I haven't been on to mention it. And it is that Luka Vuskovic, Jamie Donnelly, Will Lancashire, George Abbott, Yang Min-hyuk, and Tyrese Hall have all been made available for loan alongside Alfie Devine and Dane Scarlett. So Spurs putting all of their youngsters out on loan by the looks of it. No surprise in many of them, to be fair. Donnelly, I think, has got a good move. He's off to Stoke. I think that's a really good move for Donnelly. He needed to move up a level. I think that will do it, and I think he will have a good loan there. Let's see how he does. Lancashire, he has gone to Oxford. Is that right? Bit of a drop down for Lancashire. Of course, he was at West Brom last season, so maybe it'd be, is needed. And I think he'll do all right there. I think he's a good striker, Lancashire. I like him. George Abbott, I'm not sure he's found a club yet, or Yang Min Hyuk. Let me know in the comments if they have found clubs. And Tyrese Hall, I think, has gone to Notts County. So some of them have already found clubs. Alfie Devine and Dane Scarlett, I'm not sure. For me, I'd be selling those two. But those guys have been put out on loan. Vuskovic, for me, the only real surprise. But I think he needs a loan. I think it would do him the world of good. Guys, let me know in the comments. Any surprises there in the loans? I think they are all needed. And but like I say, Vuskovic not going to get a lot of game time at Spurs this season. So an ideal move for him. I think Paul Shark is saying, what are we doing sending all the youngsters out on loan? Lots of long-term injuries and still carrying dead weights. The clock is ticking and no deals in the pipeline. Very worrying. It is a concern. I haven't got a problem with the youngsters going out on loan if we've got players coming in. But currently, as it is, nothing seems to be happening. It is depressing, isn't it? As a Spurs fan, we don't seem to be bringing any players in at all. But you know what? Sometimes when it's really quiet, it's the best time because that's maybe the time when Spurs are actually doing things. I'm hoping for a here we go tomorrow. I really am. But we will see. We will see. Cat Funt, big up, mate. Big up, buddy. How you doing? And I managed to say it without swearing. So well happy about that. Yeah, like I said, I haven't got a problem with letting the youngsters go. Vuskovic was a bit of a surprise, but I've been saying all summer he needs a loan. Get him to a good championship side or a German side and get him some game time. I think another season of men's football, and I think Vuskovic could come in and come straight into that Spurs side. But I don't think he's quite ready yet. And let's be honest, he wouldn't get a lot of game time. So I think he needs game time. No good keeping a youngster that isn't going to play, in my opinion. We have plenty of centre backs. And even if Vuskovic stayed, I still think the likes of Davis would probably start in front of him. Sad as it is, don't think Vuskovic is quite ready yet, but he is a really talented boy. There is no doubt about that. Next bit of news that I've seen, listen, most of it's just easy going, trying to find things to talk about, hoping that you guys in the chat can keep me going tonight with some questions or just chit chat about life. You know, it doesn't have to be about Spurs. As long as you keep it nice, is all good. And this is obviously the squad numbers. Polinia has chosen the number 6, 6 being his favourite number, apparently. He always likes to wear the 6 wherever he goes. Obviously, at Fulham, it has already gone. So he chose the number 16 shirt. I'm pretty certain at Bayern, did he wear the number 26? Something like that. So he always likes to have a 6 in it, but 6 is his favourite shirt. So he has his favourite shirt now, which is great. Dragoshin has the number 3 shirt. That's his shirt, the shirt that he wears for his international team. So both of them happy with the shirts that they have. And let's see where we go from there. I mean, Dragoshin still 10 to 12 weeks away from being match fit. So it's going to be a while before we see him, but I am really looking forward to seeing Polinia this summer. I think he's a cracking player and he improves us, no doubt, 100% straight off the bat. In my opinion, guys, let me know what you think now. I think he's an instant upgrade on what we already have. Let's look about another bit of transfer news. And this man, Tottenham, are keeping tabs on Kim Min Jae with a late move possible. Wow, we are literally being linked with all of Bayern Munich's offcuts, aren't we? The players they don't seem to want. Now, I like Kim Min Jae. I think he's a good player. I think he'd do well at Spurs. I think he's a good fit for Tottenham. But yeah, we might as well just call ourselves Tottenham Munich at the moment because we seem to be signing all of the players. It's a pity we can't get Kane back, really, isn't it? That would be a good little signing. But maybe next year. We will see, guys. Let me know what you think about Kim Min Jae. Is he someone that you would take at Tottenham? I certainly think he's decent, but we will see. We will see. Guys, if you haven't already, please like and subscribe to the channel. I really would appreciate it. I don't know why I'm talking like this. I feel like I'm a late night radio host. and I'm taking you into night with smooth tunes. Um, yeah, I need to stop that. Um, what other bits of news have we got? Let's have a look. There's a bit about James Maddison here. James Maddison is yet to have scans on his knee. Spurs are still waiting for the swelling to go down. Tottenham are very concerned. Yeah, that's a worry, isn't it? I think we all know James Maddison's probably out for the season, but yeah, let's hope it's not as bad as we first feared. But I got a feeling it probably is. Let's just see what happens there, guys. I think it's a bad one, but we will see. We will see what happens with it, I guess. Again, again, guys, let me know in the comments what you think. Let's have a look, see what else we got. Other bits of news that's going around. Not much happening, let's be honest. Let's get this news out. I find this really interesting. Seems like we're not after a fullback at all, because this is what Thomas Frank said on the fullbacks. Yeah, I think so. We have enough fullbacks because right now we have Ben and Spence. I thought he was very good against Arsenal and did very well against Saka. And I think Ben is a very important player. So, guys, it looks like we are not going to be signing a fullback in the transfer window, which for me is really disappointing. It would have been lovely to bring one in, but it seems like we're not. So I think, what do you make of the whole thing coming out that apparently Alistair Gold has said that we are looking at a number 10 and a centre back? I find that really confusing because for me, that's sorting out one position of the four that we need. Centre backs, I think we're fine. I think we're absolutely fine. We already have Van der Ven and Romero. Dragoshin, I know he's injured at the moment. And Danzo and Davis. I think we have more than enough there at the moment. But it seems like we're after another one. Does this mean Romero's leaving? Does this mean he's not signing a new contract and maybe we're striking early, getting the player we want in early, maybe a year early? I don't know. It just seems weird. We are crying out for a left winger. We are crying out for a striker. And we are crying out for another fullback in the fullback areas, in my opinion. And it seems like number 10 is the only position we are likely to fill. But we will see. We will see. Big up to Tom. Big up to Tom. Coming in with his usual Spurs are shit. Thank you, mate. Big up. Hope you're well. Um, yeah, so it is depressing. We are not doing a lot in the window, and it seems like we are not going to go for a fullback. It seems like we are not going to go for a winger, and it seems like we are not going to go for a striker. So it will be just an attacking midfielder, hopefully, if we can get one in. Let's have a look at other news. We have got a bit about Grealish. Apparently, Tottenham are exploring a potential summer move for Manchester City attacker Jack Grealish. The Europa League champions are believed to have made an immediate contact over a move for Grealish after James Maddison's injury. Now, listen, whether that's true or not, I have no idea. I am just letting you know what I'm hearing. But Jack Grealish, I'd love him at Spurs. Is he going to come? Probably not, guys. Let's face it, it's Tottenham. We won't pay his wages. This is a player we are almost certainly going to bring in. And if this is true, I would be incredibly frustrated by that. Bilal Erkanous has a relegation release clause of 26 million euros. Does this ring a bell? A couple of years ago, only Leeds have made a formal inquiry. Tottenham have considered doing so. This has Tottenham written all over it, doesn't it? Absolutely all over it. We are crying out for a number 10, and instead of going out and getting an established one, we are going to save our money, buy another young player from a relegated side, and take a punt that he's going to do well. Listen, I'm not saying he's not a good player, but yeah, it is concerning. Paul Shark said, "Nige, guess who our longest serving player is after Ben Davis?" Um, It's got to be Romero, hasn't it? Is it Romero? Bentancur? No, Romero was out before Bentancur, I think. Um, I'm going to go with Romero, I think. First team player, though, yeah. First team player. Yeah, I'm going to go with Romero. I'm pretty confident on Romero. I'm trying to think who else we got. Um, I can't think of anyone else we got on the side. Oh, Brian Hill. Yes, yes, the guy who's literally never played for us. The guy who we bought from Seville for, was it Seville? For, was it 20 odd million plus Lamella? Wow. At the time, we thought it was a good deal, right? You know, getting rid of Lamella, who was getting on a bit, injury prone, and bringing in Hill, who looked like he was going to be a quality signing. But let's be honest, even the Spanish sides don't want him, do they? You know, he only ever goes to a Spanish team on loan. They never seem to want to buy him afterwards. Um, I feel sorry for Hill. He's just not good enough, not strong enough, not big enough, not good enough for Spurs. And what will we do this season? For me, I'd be ripping up his contract and just letting him go because it just seems pointless keeping him. But that's a good shout. That is a good shout. Brian Hill is our longest serving player after Ben Davis, and that just about says it all. I mean, it's good that we've got a lot of crap out, I guess, but we still have. What we tend to do is get rid of Deadwood and bring more Deadwood in. But it is what it is. I'm trying to look to see what else has happened today of any interest. This made me laugh on Twitter. We're going to try to compete to win the league and the Champions League with Solanke, Richarlison, Tell, Odebert, Kudus, and Johnson. We have a deluded fraud running the club. Quite scary, really. Yeah, absolutely. That is our frontline options, guys. Solanke, Richarlison, Tell, Odebert, Kudus, and Johnson. Now, Kudus is fine. Johnson will get you goals. The rest for me are depressing. I have said Solanke could hit 20 goals this season, but he's got to be given the service. But that front six, Kudus apart, is depressing. And it is not close to doing anything. Let's face it, we are not, with that current crop of attacking, I was going to say talent, attacking, that attacking force we have is not getting us anywhere near a top 8, 7, 8 finish, is it? Let's be honest. Um, Big up, Jeff. Hope you're doing well, mate. Yeah, so guys, it's a difficult one. It is a difficult one. I think I maybe should have come on at like 7:30 or 6:30 when I was gunning this evening. It's a quiet evening. I'm trying to have a look to see what's going on Twitter. See if there's any breaking news at all. But it is incredibly quiet. With Tottenham on the transfer window. Spurs have to do something, don't they? But it doesn't seem like they're going to at the moment. At the moment, guys, let me know in the comments who would be your next signing if you were Daniel Levy now. Who would you be going for next? Or if you're Thomas Frank, who would be your next signing? Yeah, we will see. A little bit here about Brentford are now willing to sell Visser. Newcastle could go all in for him if Sesko falls through, and it's not impossible for Spurs to go in for him. Ticks 2 boxes for Visser, Thomas Frank, and London. And that come from Ben Jacobs on the last word on Spurs. But of course, yeah, it all could be. He could be a good option. But let's face it, he's not, is he? But listen, guys, we will see. Queen Ellie, big up Queen Ellie, saying Solanke will hit 15 at best. Odebert 5, Tell 3 if we're lucky. Kudus 8 to 10. Yeah, I'm kind of with you. I think Solanke, well, like I say, I've drawn my name in the mud and I'm going to stick with it. I have said that I think he will get 20 goals, so I'm going to stick with that. Odebert, I just don't think he's ready. Talented guy, but I don't think he's ready yet. And Tell, I just think it's awful. Kudus, I think, will do really well. I think Kudus will be our standout player this season. But it does concern me. Our lack of creativity is a real concern. But we have got time. We have got time, guys. It's not. I'm not going to get too down on it yet because we have got time to bring players in. It is later than I would hoped, but it is what it is. Paul Shark saying, considering the managers we've had, can we assume Levy just lies to them during the interview about money and what will be made available to them? Quite possibly. I just think, you know what? I think when managers go for their interviews with Levy, I think, like anything, I think Levy probably promises them more than he can give. But I also think this just the structure, the way we buy players is all wrong. It's all wrong. And I understand we can't always get what the managers want because managers come and go at clubs. You know, most managers in any Premier League side don't last more than 2 seasons. So if you're constantly buying players a manager wants, then every time you change a manager, you're going to need to change so many players. So I think most clubs will sign players that are for the club and not necessarily all for the manager. So I haven't necessarily got an issue with signing players for the club. I just think we buy really badly. And I think we always seem to get our fifth or sixth choice. And that's the same with managers as well. We get our fifth or sixth choice and we don't ever get our first choice. It's like we never go fully in. You know, we want our first choice, go get him. We never seem to do that. And it is disappointing to say the least. Ellie saying Grealish and Visser. For me, that would be a brilliant window. If we were to bring in Grealish and Visser alongside Kudus and Polina, that is 4 players that walk straight into the first team. I am more than happy with that. But will we do it? We all kind of know the answer to that, don't we, guys? And that is a disappointment about it all. Paul Shark saying Grealish now, yeah, I don't understand how he isn't through the door. He should be at Hotspur Way now having a medical and, you know, having his photos, doing an interview. It should be sorted. As soon as Grealish got injured, as soon as Madison got injured, we should have been straight in for Grealish. But Spurs we are so slow. Big up, mate. How you doing? Hope you're well. Keep smashing that like button, guys, and hitting the subscribe if you haven't already. Angus and big up, Nige. As a rival, just subbed. Thank you, buddy. To your top guy and top banter, big up. Well, you know, you're top guy too. Even though you're a gooner, it's all good. It's all good. And let me know, what do you think? I probably know the answer. Do you think Arsenal win the title this year? You have your striker. Is this it? Is it all or nothing? You win the title, great for you. If you don't get near it this year, does Arteta get sacked? For me, I think this is it for Arteta. Win it or bust. Big up, Scott. Hope you are, mate. Big up, Nige. Joining late after a great show with Dan List. Yeah, I watched some of that. Watched his first one as well. With Also Spurs. That was a good show too. He's been banging it out tonight at Dan List. Big up, Dan. I hope you're well, buddy. Let's go. Queen Ellie saying, Tell. Hope it's his short spell and we offload him in the summer. You just got to hope he comes good, haven't you? Just got to hope he comes good. I'm not sure he will. But let's hope he does. He just comes good, because if he doesn't, then we are in for a really long season. Scott Emma watched Tottenham twice v Everton, once at White Hart Lane in 1999 when Tim Schuer scored the opener, and 2-0 in Conte's second season. That's weird. I've seen Tottenham play Everton under Conte in his first season when we won 5-0. Now that was a game, and it was quite emotional because that was when Dele Alli played for Everton. And the fans were cheering and chanting his name afterwards. Yeah, quite an emotional game that. But Spurs were breathtaking that game. Just to get a Spurs team like that again would be absolutely fantastic. Angus said, Nige, nope, because our dumbass of a manager we won't know. I think, I kind of agree. And Liverpool kind of blown everyone out of the water, haven't they, with their transfer window so far. But we'll see. It's going to be a good season. Scott M, that 3-2 loss versus Liverpool in 99 was a real Spursy result. 2-0 up and still losing. A friend of mine from the previous job went to the famous, wow. Yeah, we're good at that, aren't we? I remember the game against Man City in the FA Cup when Man City were not Man City and we were 2-0 up at half-time. Was it 2-0 or 3-0? I think it might have been 3-0. 3-0 up at half-time, was it? And Joey Barton got sent off for City right on half-time, and somehow we lost against 10 men, 4-3. Crazy. Absolutely crazy. Only Spurs could do that. Only Spurs. That has 40 more goal contributions easily from Grealish and Visser, sending an SAS to us Levy to go get them both. Yeah, I couldn't agree more. Couldn't agree more. And I actually think, and I've been saying it for a while, I think now with the defence we have, yes, we are 4 back short maybe, but I think we're okay for now. And Helena sat just in front of that defence. I think we concede 45 goals maximum. Maximum 65 last year. I think we take 20 off that this year and concede 45 maximum. If we can get the strikers in and the attackers in to score 65, 70 goals, we've got half a chance of making that top 6. If we don't, ain't going to happen. You expect to see a lot of 0-0 draws next season at White Hart Lane, in my opinion. Angus Senni has to win a trophy though. Yeah, Arteta has to win something, absolutely. Paul Sharp, watch Forest in the 0-0 yawn against Fiorentina earlier. No way they're finished above us this season. They've had a really poor pre-season, haven't they? Really poor pre-season. But you know what? Sometimes when you have a poor pre-season, you go on to have a really good season. So, you know, I can remember watching Spurs in pre-season and us blowing teams away, beating Roma like 5-1, 5-0 at White Hart Lane just before the season starts under Ramos. And then we get 2 points from our first 8 games. So, it is what it is. We will see what happens there. Yeah, no, that Man City FA Cup was a disaster. Absolutely was. We have lost some games, haven't we, when we've been in front. But I got to be honest, I don't think that happens this season. I think under Frank we are going to be a lot more solid. Listen, Brentford lost a lot of games last season and conceded quite a few goals, but Brentford haven't got the defence and the players that we've got. I think under Frank we will get a lot better, but we will see. We will see, guys. Let's bring up see what else I've got going on here. So, guys, what about players to sell? I mean, I'm looking at the players we have left from that first team. I'm guessing Richarlison and Basuma would be the 2 left that we need to sell from that first team. Davis isn't going anywhere. And we need to get rid of a midfielder. I think Basuma's probably the man. Basuma or Bentancur, but what I'm hearing from Thomas Frank, he really likes Bentancur. And he's been looking forward to working with him. He thinks he's a top player. I think he's a top player when he's on form. I think he's better than Basuma. So I think for me, Basuma goes. If we can get rid of Richarlison, we have a chance then to bring another striker in. For me, that's the 2 players from the first team squad that we need to sell now. Of course, so many youngsters have gone out. I'm not including Solomon. Of course, he needs to go as well. But guys, anyone else from that first team, and of course Hill, from that first team that need to go in your opinion, let me know in the comments. It would be interesting to find out your opinions. Paul Shark saying, love to know how many fans we've lost now Son has left and how much revenue. Must be a fortune. It's going to be interesting to see, isn't it? It's going to be interesting to see the stadium next year. Because obviously Sonny attracts a lot of tourism. So it's going to be interesting to see whether we can fill the stadium. I'm sure we will fill that stadium. It shouldn't be difficult, but yeah, we are definitely going to lose some revenue because of that. But maybe bringing this man in, apparently we're interested, would still keep people coming. Who knows? We will see. We will see, guys. Going back to the comments. Angus saying, if we get Izzy, I'll be over the moon, but we still need a winger. Yeah, I'm kind of feeling like exactly the same thing. If we get Eze, I'd be over the moon, but we still need a winger. It's weird how we need the same sort of players. Of course, we would love a striker. Yeah, for me, Angus, I think you need to get rid of your man at number 10. You know, I don't think he's the man. I really don't. Don't think he's a big game player at all. And yeah, and Eze, I think you get an Eze, I think you've got every chance of winning the league, in my opinion. Yeah, I think we look a lot more balanced under Thomas if these preseason friendlies are barometers. Yes, of course, preseason doesn't say much, but we can get a feel of how we're going to play. I'm really looking forward to watching Spurs this year. It's difficult at the moment because we are struggling with the players that we have and the injuries and where we need to strengthen. But you know what? Defenses win titles. I'm not saying we're going to win a title, by the way. Defenses win titles. Strikers, attackers win games. So if we can keep it tight at the back, we've got half a chance. That's all I ask. Keep it tight at the back, and then hopefully we can nab a few goals up front and win a lot more games than we lose. But we will see. We will see. Um, go and see. So, guys, what do you think Palina will bring us next season? For me, it's an exciting signing, one that I really wanted, and I'm really happy that he's here. I think he's an absolute beast of a man, isn't he? Seeing him next to Porro, absolutely towered over him. So over 6 foot tall, good player, great tackler, can pass it as well. Listen, he's not your 40-yard passer, but he passes sensibly, gets the ball, lays it off, gets the fullbacks getting up front, upfield. And I think Palina will sit in front of that defence, and I think we are going to look fantastic next season with him in the side. Paul Shark saying he's a born captain. I kind of agree. I would be looking to make Palina captain now. Might upset Romero, but if Romero doesn't sign a new contract, why give him the captaincy? I wouldn't have Romero captain. Sign a contract, you can be captain. Don't sign a contract, we give it to somebody else. Obviously, Madison's out now, so he can't do it. For me, I'm kind of with you, Paul Shark. I would make Palina captain of that team. And, I know people say, well, he's only on loan for a year. But hopefully we're going to buy him at the end of the year. It's a really good deal because if he does well, we can buy him. If he's not up to it, gets injured a lot, we can just give him back. So for me, ideal deal for Tottenham. And yeah, I'd make him captain. Absolutely. Just because Romero hasn't signed a new contract. If he signs a new contract, I'd keep Romero as captain. Big up, Andy. Hope you are, mate. He said I'd sell Biss and Bentancur too. Evening, by the way, nice. Good evening, mate. It is well past my bedtime, but you know what? I was thinking about doing a show earlier and I've kept putting it off and putting it off. Finally, I've done one. It is what it is. I prefer my morning shows. I'm a bit more awake then, but it is, it is what it is. But thank you for joining me. I'm not going to go for too much longer. Just come on for a quick chat, really, just to get my fix. Like I say, I miss you guys when I'm not streaming. It's nice to talk to people, and you get the kind of same people in the room every time, and you get knowing names and you get knowing how they feel, and it's just nice. It's just nice talking Spurs. Um, as I have a look to see what else is going on, let's just have a quick refresh of Twitter to see if we can get anything else going. Maybe there's been some breaking news. You never know. I don't think there is. Don't think there is. Um, Obviously Ben Jacobs was on last word on Spurs, so he gave a few clues, but let's be honest, he doesn't really know. Again, all things Tottenham FC has said. Tottenham have inquired about Leao, but he is in love with AC Milan. Of course, he's not going to go to Tottenham, is he? He's at Milan. Why would you go to Spurs? Hate to say it, I love my club, but when you're at one of the biggest clubs in the world, you're probably not going to leave Tottenham, are you? Milan for Spurs. But it's a nice dream. One day we could get him. Andy's saying, I can't understand the paralysis with the transfers. I can't understand it either. I don't know why we haven't gone for players. I don't know why we haven't started bringing players in. Surely something's going to happen tomorrow, right? I feel like I've been saying it for weeks. Surely something's going to happen tomorrow, and it never does. But, guys, at some point, we've got to start signing players. So why not? As good a time as any is tomorrow. But, yeah, crazy. Gil is our second longest serving player. Big up, Goldie. I know, it's crazy. I've just got told that. I was like, who was our second longest? I was like, don't know. is it Romero? It's got to be Romero, right? And it's like, no, it's Hill, who's literally never played for us. But it is what it is. It is what it is, I guess. Um, yeah, there is nothing going on at Twitter. I really hope that something might break tonight. Um, all the players seem to be going elsewhere. All the players that we've been linked with seem to be moving to other clubs. And there is time. There is time, guys. I'm not panicking just yet. But it would have been nice to get players in ready for this Super Cup final. You know, last thing we want to go and do is stink the place out again, like we did in the Europa League. You know, it's great winning the Europa League, but let's face it, we stunk the place out. You know, Tottenham, we got the goal and we defended for our lives. And I've just got a feeling that's what we're going to be doing in the Super Cup final. We're just going to be defending. And listen, there's no doubt that Paris Saint-Germain are beatable. We can beat them. There's no doubt about that. But will we? I'm not sure. I'm really not sure. We will see. Paul Shark saying, this shark needs to kip. Enjoy it, nice. Big up, buddy. Thank you for joining me. I really do appreciate it. Sleep well. And as they say, let's hope for at least one here we go tomorrow. Let's hope for a here we go. As I said, Paul Shark, big up, buddy. Thank you so much for joining me. It has been a late one tonight. And yeah, it is what it is. I've come on for a quick half hour. And I'm just going to keep talking until I get more than 10 people in the room. So let's see what we can do here. Andy saying, Elliot has opened talks with RB Leipzig. What are we doing? Exactly. I don't get it either. What are we doing? If Elliot goes to Leipzig, we are a joke of a club. Now, I know people don't want Elliot. I know that people don't fancy him. I think he's a great little player. I think he'd be perfect in a Tottenham system. Great left foot, elegant, you know, carries the ball well, aggressive. He's got a bit of bite about him, a bit of nastiness. He is a bit arrogant, and sometimes that teeters over to being a bit of a dick. But I haven't really got an issue with that. As a footballer, he's a great footballer, and I would love Elliot at Tottenham. Doesn't look like we're going to get him at the moment. It looks like he could be on his way to Leipzig, which I think is absolutely crazy. But we will see. We will see, guys. And hopefully Spurs can get in there and maybe get him. But we will see what happens. Guys, I am going to leave it there. I've done a quick 38 minutes. And yeah, I need my bed. But thank you so much for joining me, guys. As always, please like the stream. Please subscribe to the channel. I will see you for breakfast on Friday morning. I am also doing some stuff with to Mark. So I'll be on with Sheriff, I think, Thursday afternoon, and I will be also on Spotlight on Spurs Thursday night. So tune in for that. Guys, thank you so much for joining me for this quick late night stream. I will be back for my normal breakfast show on Friday. Have a great evening, guys. And as always, stay positive, stay poised, and stay pure Coys.